What is your American dream?
My dream is for America to be the America that so many immigrants dream of, which is this place where no matter what your color is, your religion is, your gender, your sexual orientation, that you have an equitable chance at achieving your dream. My dream is for it to be that place, especially for our kids. And I think that my dream, which is linked to what I'm getting to do now, is to write books that help support our young people to make America fulfill that dream, of where they see themselves in these books and they feel seen and loved and supported in the books, because I think our country is only as good as our young people.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Hear me now.
There
you hear me now. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Pop-Up Fri-Yay. It is Friday, July 16th, 2021. Somewhere out over the wires. Beautiful Vanessa. That's Quick Contreras. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's Friday. The weekend is here. We're taking a little Brad Show live break after this.
That's right.
I mean, just missing Yo-Yo, but
well, we have Invisible Yo-Yo. Invisible Yo-Yo. You just don't see him, but he's there. He says he's there.
You can feel him.
You can feel him. Yes, I had a whole conversation with Invisible Yo-Yo earlier. Trust me, he's there. He's joining us. Right, Yo-Yo? He says yes. All right. Let's say hello to the squad. Why don't we? By the way, squad, as Vanessa said, this is our last show for 3 weeks. So if you want to get your immigration questions, get till Monday, August 9th, Vanessa. Get it on your calendar.
Oh, that's a long time. That's a long time without Brad and the squad and the crew.
Monday, August 9th. Put it on your. We'll be back in action then.
Their notifications on.
All right,
better have their notifications.
I hope so. By the way, every person watching right now has their notifications on because we popped up, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't know we were on. Let's say hello to Jessica Leamy, squad up. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, squad up. Nasib Gul is watching. Terry Faith, how are you? Marie Boslow, Carrion Brown, Danish Danny, squad up. Christy Gonzalez, Marcia McCullough, and America Strata. We see you watching. Victor White, squad up. And Lolitha Daly and Day Hosea, squad up. How are you? Yolanda Steele. I try to say hello to everybody on Fri-Yay because these are our core squaddies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Ja Love, squad up. How are you? Kay, God bless. Mira Chick, saying hello. Vanessa Nesquick Contreras, I'll say hello to you again. Susie Q Mac, squad up. T is here. Shamin Ahmed, squad up. Stones Plays, saying it's on mute. Yeah, we fixed it. Dominique Thurnier, squad up. Proud Mom. And Miloslav Minkoff, saying squad up. Hey, Yo-Yo and Vanessa and Uncle Brad, happy Friday. I subscribed and I was notified that you're on. So I suggest to everyone to subscribe, like, and share. And let's sit back and enjoy. Now, Miloslav Minkoff, he's just a very, very dedicated squatty. He's not getting paid to say any of this, but he is telling everybody the right thing to do. So please subscribe so you never miss one of our shows, and you'll be reminded when we're back on August 9th. All right, Vanessa. Invisible Yo-Yo is also muted. Yo-Yo.
What?
He's invisible and muted, so you have to take all of his parts today.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Okay, squad. So like we just mentioned, this is exactly what we need you guys to do right now. Welcome to our pop-up Fri-Yay show. Make sure that you share so that we could get the word out there. Let everyone know that we are about to get started, giving some great immigration advice. And remember, we are going to get started with schmoozing with Brad, with some Fri-Yay stories to start our weekend off feeling good, including a family in China reunited after 24 years. And we'll also be hearing some fun new words we can now officially use in our vocabulary thanks to dictionary.com.
And of course, you could always call us at Spar and Bernstein. The telephone number scrolling on the bottom. You also see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my head and a big sign that says, "Ask me your immigration question." If you call right now, we're going to take the first 7 callers to call our show. We'll get to speak to me right after some of our Fri-Yay schmooze. But right now, let's get into some schmoozing. Why don't we, Vanessa?
Schmoozing with Brad.
So you know, Vanessa, it's Fri-Yay. We don't do any pumpkins and any disaster stories or sad things that are going around the world. At least let's have a few minutes of smiling, right, and enjoy ourselves, right? So here's a nice story. Thanks to some DNA tracing, a father's devotion, one man in China was reunited with his son after 24 years. Apparently, the son was kidnapped when he was 2 years old. And finally, 24 years later on Sunday, the father and son were photographed embracing each other for the first time in 24 years. His son was found living in the same province where he was kidnapped in China more than 2 decades earlier. Now, China's Ministry of Public Security said the police were able to trace the son's identity and finding him through DNA testing. The Global Times reported 2 suspects who were dating at the time planned to kidnap the child and sell him. The female suspect, named Tang, took Gang Tang's son while he was playing outside of his home, and then the son was sold in a neighboring province called Henan. The reunion was broadcast on Chinese state television, during which the mother could be heard crying, my baby, you came back." Now, Gang Tang said during the reunion, "Now that the child has been found, everything can only be happy from now on. It's a very, very important day for me." Now, according to the Global Times, while searching for his son, Gang Tang traveled over 310,000 miles on a motorcycle. He spent years searching, but also helping others reunite with their families and children who were kidnapped. Gang Tang's journey and his dedication to finding his son was the inspiration behind a film called Lost in Love. And in 2015, before the movie was released, he told a local newspaper that only on the road I felt like I'm a father. I have no reason to stop searching, and it's impossible for me to stop. Now, it's, as a father or as a parent to lose a child, whether kidnapping, death, it's all extraordinarily sad, but at least, there's nothing good about surviving a child.
24 years, Brad, 24.
As a parent, you never want to survive a child, but at least, as I'm just thinking about it, like, God forbid your child dies, at least there's closure. This man never had closure for 24 years. No. His child's alive somewhere, missing, stolen from him, and he went around on a motorcycle all over China looking for this kid. Pretty amazing.
Wow. And he found him. And that part, the fact that he actually found him.
I wonder how they did DNA tracing. I I don't know what's going on in China. Does the Chinese government have the DNA of every person in China? How would they know to start testing everybody? You know, like I know, like for example, 23andMe, for example. I did 23andMe. You know that, where you spit in the DNA testing kit where you find out where you come from and who your ancestors are.
Where you come from, yes, your ancestors.
Right. So I spit in the cup. My daughter spit. My son never did it, and so I know somewhere in the world somebody has my DNA, has my daughter's DNA. It came back, Vanessa. Shockingly, because some people are shocked, like, oh my God, I can't believe, when I did it. Interestingly enough, when I did it, I was dating a woman, and she was Caucasian. But it came back that she was 25% African American, and she was like completely shocked. She had no idea, where this part of her family came from. And I did it, and I said, I wonder what I'm gonna be. I'm thinking maybe I'm 50% Jamaican or more. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm thinking they're telling me, I traced my roots right back to the yard or something. So, but it turns out, shockingly, it came back. They said that I was I've discussed this before on the show. I was 99.9% European Jewish. Shockingly, right? I mean, what a shock that was, right? And I was 0.0001% Eskimo.
Oh, I think we have brought this up.
Yes,
on the show before.
right. So I'm saying to myself, 0.00, so you're 99.9% European Jewish, 0.001%. So like I don't know, like 500, 600, 700 years ago, some Eskimo must have made it into the village somewhere, and had a relationship with my great grandma or something, right?
And there goes that 0.001%.
Yes, yeah. So, but
Oh, did you just get a word?
Jill is telling me in my ear. I'm sorry, Vanessa. We're going back to the Chinese story now because she did some sleuthing while we were on the air to find out.
Sleuthing while we're schmoozing.
Yeah, she did some sleuthing. Can I even say that? Sleuthing, schmoozing. Sleuthing, schmoozing. So what she just told me in my ear was, as she was sleuthing while we were schmoozing, that the Chinese government was comparing pictures of people that they had in their database that looked like the father and the mother, and then they were going out and testing for DNA.
Oh, there
so
it goes.
says the Chinese government is not testing everybody. I'm like,
we don't do this alone, squad. We can't do this without
That's
the crew.
right. We did a little sleuthing and found out how they found this child's DNA. Meanwhile, are you a gamer, by the way, Vanessa? I'm not.
I mean, I was as a kid on PC. Right. I played a lot of Sims. I like the Sims.
Yeah. My gaming goes back to Atari, but I'm really dating myself. When I say, my game box.
Tetris.
Yeah,
Tetris.
Mine was like Pong, it was like the dong, 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 dong. Well, Microsoft, you know what Microsoft Xbox is, right?
Of course.
When they came out with their Xbox in 2019, everyone said it looked like a refrigerator. So they have now made an Xbox refrigerator.
Oh, wow.
A refrigerator that looks just like an Xbox. And Microsoft is promising that the upcoming Xbox mini refrigerator, it's called the mini fridge, is the world's most powerful mini fridge, which is an obvious play on one of the company's key marketing points for the Xbox Series X console. But Microsoft is taking this joke further, spotlighting the refrigerator's Xbox Velocity cooling architecture. When the Xbox Series X was first announced in 2019, people instantly memed on its boxy shape and compared it to a refrigerator. And they even made one big regular refrigerator that also looks like an Xbox.
Wow.
You got to really love Xbox to have the Xbox refrigerator.
Like really love it.
Like really love it. It's like, I once had a friend who loved Star Wars, and I would come to his house, and it was like his side table was R2D2, and C3PO was like the pencil holder, But he loves Star Wars.
The spoons.
Right.
Star Wars spoons and cups.
Right, but so you gotta love Xbox to have the Xbox refrigerator.
Fridge.
It's like reminds me of like when I went to my friends. It was like R2D2s all over the place. You have one of those friends who are like that?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
Well, now Julian, the TriCaster guy, said in my ear that his cousin is getting it. His cousin must be a big
That's
gamer.
True brand loyalty.
Yes.
That's true brand loyalty.
So, Julian, tell your cousin I even have better news, what he can fill up his refrigerator with. Besides Groundhog Sam filling up the refrigerator. Kraft macaroni and cheese. You like Kraft macaroni and cheese, Vanessa?
I don't mind it.
I like it.
What is this?
I like it. Kraft macaroni and cheese, ice cream.
I love mac and cheese, and I love ice cream.
Do you think that's a good... I say the same thing to myself. I love macaroni and cheese, and I love ice cream. I'm not sure macaroni and cheese and ice cream go together, though. Is that like a combination you wanna put? Seems more like oil and water to me a little bit, right?
Or like just cold, like when you don't reheat the mac and cheese, like is it just...
Well, have you had cold macaroni and cheese right out of the refrigerator, like really cold? I guess that's what it would be like. I've had really cold, where you were like, I'm so hungry, I'm taking out the leftover mac and cheese out of the refrigerator. I'm not even going to heat it up.
Or have you ever just had like a slice of cheese, like just a cold slice of cheese?
Maybe it's good.
It might be like that.
Now everybody's in my ear today. Jilly's in my ear saying that the ice cream store that is making it, it's called Van Leeuwen, is right down the street from her apartment in Brooklyn.
Oh.
So she said she's going to bring it in next week for everybody.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said. She said we're having an ice cream party.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll do it on air when we come back, Jilly. We'll have a Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream party. We'll do a taste test.
That gives me enough time to find a distributor here.
Yes.
It gives me enough time to find a distributor here.
Now, Kraft macaroni and cheese, they teamed up with Brooklyn-based Van Leeuwen Ice Cream to create the limited edition. It was released on Wednesday, July 14th. The ice cream is available at Van Leeuwen ice cream shops in New York, New Jersey, California, and Texas. And it could also be purchased online while scoops last. The Instagram, you know what their Instagram post says? The ice cream you never knew you needed is almost here.
Yeah, definitely. About this one.
I never knew I needed it, but now I'm intrigued.
Of course we are.
Yeah, I love ice cream and I love Kraft macaroni and cheese. Who doesn't? Right?
Right.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Meanwhile, a restaurant shut down on what's a Fri-Yay news for a day of kindness after customers made one of their staff members cry. The indignity came last Thursday when a man berated one of the restaurant's young employees, this is in Cape Cod, for telling him that they could not take his breakfast takeout order because the restaurant had not yet opened. Said Brandy Felt Castellano, the co-owner of Apartment Cape Cod in Brewster, Massachusetts. So Brandy and her spouse, Regina, who is also the head chef and co-owner, announced on Facebook that the restaurant would close for part of that same day to treat the restaurant's employees to a day of kindness. Actually, that's really kind because this is their high season in Cape Cod. You know, they only have about 3 months of customers. You know, it's not like, they're open year round. So the move drew widespread attention on the community on social media. Brandy said of restaurants in an interview on Tuesday that this was not always the case. Earlier in the pandemic, customers overwhelmingly exhibited kindness. The restaurant's motto, which is posted on its website, "Come as strangers, leave as friends." So that's their whole thing, to be kind and be friends. It's kind of like our motto, come for the immigration, stay for the fun. when we're not having fun on air, maybe we'll close down for the day too. Because
I'm not sure if the squad will be too happy about
that. No, because this restaurant is come as strangers, leave as friends. We're come for the immigration, stay for the fun.
Fun.
Yeah. Now, Brandy says it's things that people are saying that wouldn't be allowed on TV because they would be bleeped. That's what made them shut down the day for a day of kindness. She said some customers had assumed that it would be business as usual, but had not grasped that restaurants are still struggling with staff and staffing and supply issues. So they got to make sure that their restaurant employees are treated well. And if it means shutting down for a day so that they can teach their customers to treat their staff well, then that's what they decided to do.
Yeah.
The restaurant's post resonated with many people online who condemned the rude behavior. One commentator wrote, having just come out of the last 15 months, you would think people would be grateful just to get a hot meal in a restaurant.
Literally, just that part. Just
Yes,
a little gratitude.
Exactly. I actually think it is extraordinarily rude to be rude to somebody who's serving you. It's my opinion. One regular customer dropped off a gift card for the restaurant's employees to use at a local ice cream shop, and a parasail and jet ski shop in the next town offered a day of fun for them. So businesses were chipping in for their day of fun. And finally, Vanessa, we have some new words thanks to dictionary.com that they have just entered into the dictionary this year. Some COVID words that unfortunately, like long hauler, that relates to a condition characterized by symptoms or health problems that linger or first appear after a supposed recovery. There's some other ones too. DEI, which diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't know if that's an acronym or you're supposed to say DAY or it's just DEI. I'm not sure.
Right, I was just gonna say.
I'm not sure if that's a word or an acronym, but it's in the dictionary.com now. Jedi is another word. We were just talking about it before, but that refers to now justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. It is now a word in dictionary.com. 5G entered the dictionary as a word.
Oh, 5G, it's made it.
Yeah, 5G made it. It is now officially a word in the English language. These are words that never appeared before 2021. I think it's pretty interesting.
This is a part of history. We're a part of history with this, by the way.
Yeah, here's some other words you know. Oof. But oof's always been a word. I don't know why oof now becomes like
how do they describe it?
Like all of a sudden, like if I spill my water on me, I go oof. Right? But how did they discover this word's been around forever? Oof. Snack. Not Kraft macaroni and cheese snack, but an attractive hottie.
Oh my goodness. Snack is not in the dictionary.
Snack is now in the dictionary as an attractive hottie. And you know what also made it in the dictionary?
Zaddy.
Zaddy, exactly. The attractive, stylish man has also made it into the zaddy. I don't know if that guy's a zaddy. Those guys are zaddy. The first guy, I don't know if he was a zaddy. I'm sorry, first guy. That guy's a zaddy.
There's another one.
There's another zaddy. Right. The first guy, I'm not so sure.
It would be politically incorrect to not describe all of those images not as zaddies moving forward. It wouldn't be politically correct.
Yes. Now I would suggest that you yourself, Vanessa, are a snack. We should have your picture up there too. Except since I'm your boss, I don't want you to sue me for sexual harassment. So I take all of that back.
I'll take it for the sake of the Fri-Yay pop-up, okay? I don't think it's appropriate to call your bosses zaddy.
Yeah, that's true. We're even now. We are even now. And by the way, there's a couple other words here. So y'all made it in. Y''ALL. Like y'all coming to the Bradshaw Live reunion.
Yeah.
And use has made it in there too. Y-O-U-S-E. Yous better get out of here before I give you a knuckle sandwich.
Wow. We've
Use.
come a long way.
Use. I don't know if use should be in the dictionary. Y'all
Carol
and
Anderson the Tiger
use.
is certainly a snack. Carol
Now,
Anderson the Tiger.
Now, dictionary.com said in a news release, sometimes language changes just for fun. Perhaps these lighter slang and pop culture newcomers to our dictionary reflect another important aspect of our time, a cautious optimism and a brighter mood about the future ahead after trying 2020. All right, well, thank you very much, dictionary.com. Before Vanessa, before we get into our immigration questions, by the way, we can take one more call. Calls are light today, so we have room for one more person if you want to call. We're going to get in today's Braducation. I discussed the top 5 things you should do if you're injured on the job at a construction site. Let's watch. My goal is straightforward, to make the law usable and easy to understand for everyone. All of us in the United States have equal rights and should have an equal opportunity and a right to justice. I'm here to help because I want everybody to achieve their American dream. I'm Brad Bernstein, and this is your Litigation Braducation. I'm not here to tell you what you want to know. I'm here to tell you what you need to know. Construction accident law is different in each state and is very complex. My objective is to make the law easy for you to understand so that you can use the justice system to your advantage if you or your loved one is ever hurt in a construction accident. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are more than 150,000 serious construction site accident injuries each year in the United States. That's enough to fill 2 NFL football stadiums. And in fact, the Liberty Mutual Workplace Safety Index recently reported that United States companies have paid out more than $62 billion for workplace injuries in only 1 year. That is more than $1 billion per week. And the annual cost to United States business of lost time workplace injuries is greater than the gross domestic product of 91 countries, according to data from the World Monetary Fund. So this is really important to know because there is big money on the line if you get injured. And you want the money in your pocket and your loved one's pocket and not in the pocket of some fat cat at the insurance company. So listen up, because some things are universal no matter what state you're injured in. Now, most worksite injuries fall under workers' compensation and prevent you from filing a civil action for your personal injuries. But in New York and in many other states, if you get injured on a construction site, you can obtain workers' compensation and also file a lawsuit for your pain and suffering, your lost earnings, and all past and future medical bills. So if you fall, something falls on you, you're injured on the construction site, these are the things you must do to make sure you put yourself in the best legal position to ensure your highest money settlement. Number 1, stay where you are and call an ambulance. Do not have your employer or coworker drive you to the hospital, because then there is no record that you were injured at a construction site. The insurance company could say the accident never occurred where you claim it did. Number 2, take pictures and video, or if you're too injured, have your friend and coworker take pictures and videos of you and everything around you. Number 3, don't speak to the site safety inspector or site safety foreperson. The site safety inspectors are employed by insurance companies to try to get information from you about the accident so that they can use that information against you. Number 4, only talk to your doctor and lawyer about your injuries for 2 reasons. Sometimes people are looking to rip you off. Sometimes they're ambulance chasers. Sometimes they work for the insurance companies. But no matter what, they are not helping you. And the second reason why you should only tell your doctor and lawyer about every single pain you have and everything that hurts you is that sometimes a small injury turns into a big injury. Sometimes days later, sometimes weeks later. And if you don't mention it right away, an insurance company may say that this injury that popped up weeks later is not a result of this accident. It's a result of something else that happened. Now, unfortunately, accidents can happen. Nobody wishes it on anybody. But if it happens to you or your loved one, you'd better be ready to put yourself in a position to be compensated fairly and justly, because before an accident even happens, an insurance company is already planning on how to defend themselves. So you also have to be prepared to strongly make your claim as well. It could be the difference in millions of dollars. And you can check out all our Braducations on OnlyFans. I am fully clothed. Sorry. I only do fully clothed OnlyFans. Maybe the only one in the world who does it. But we're on OnlyFans. Check us out. Brad Show Live on OnlyFans Braducation. Let's go to our questions and our answers. And hopefully I got answers to all your questions. Let's go to Shameen in Los Angeles, California. Shameen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. It's a nice show that we enjoy every week.
Thank you very much.
So,
thank you.
Of course. So my question is, we know that there is a 601 unlawful presence waiver for the people who have qualifying relatives, but who doesn't have. So can U.S. President or Attorney General or someone else can pardon their unlawful presence or status violation?
No. Congress could pass a law that would pardon you, but that would be it. I mean, I guess President Biden can make an executive order to pardon you, but, you know, I mean, you would have to have a law change or a regulation change. But there's no government official to make a petition.
So the executive order can pardon, right?
I'm sorry?
The presidential executive order can pardon a specific person or a group of people?
An executive order, I guess, presumably would be able to. I haven't seen it ever happen, but yes, presumably yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question.
Right.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right. When you speak to Joe about it, let me know how it goes. Let's go to Charles in Philadelphia. Charles.
Hello, Brad. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm good. I have a quick question. I have a pending asylum, right? It has not gone to court as yet, and I got married to a U.S. citizen. I recently got my travel document and combo card together. Is it possible for me to travel to Cancun and come back to the U.S., or I can't?
You're not from Mexico originally, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm from Jamaica originally.
Okay, and you have a visa to go to Mexico, or Jamaicans are allowed in Mexico, but
yes, we're allowed in Mexico without a visa.
Yes, you can travel. And, and withdraw your asylum. Just don't go back to Jamaica.
Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you.
Charles, good luck. Let's go to Habib in Arlington, Texas.
Hello?
Hi, Habib.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. What's going on?
Yeah. So, I applied for a renewal of my work permit, the employment authorization, back in March.
Right.
So I got the receipt notice. So can I use the receipt notice because my driver's license is about to expire? So can I use the receipt notice to renew my driver's license?
You can try. I don't know what the local DMV in Texas is going to do, but if your work permit is expired and you get an extension, by law, that work permit is extended for 180 days.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So what about my what about when my work permit is expired? Can I tell my employer that?
You can tell your employer that that's the law. Correct.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Let's go to Ann in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Ann. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I spoke with you I called last week during the show, and I just went into clarification again. You mentioned that before. If you have a a offense, like before 5 years upon entry, then it's a deportable crime.
Were you the person who called about that you were the victim of domestic violence? You were concerned with your husband?
No.
Oh, that
I
was
was
somebody
the
else.
one who called last week about the baby and having a affair while I was in the marriage and had a baby.
Okay.
That was me. But then I had another question regarding.
All right. So tell me your question again about getting arrested within the first 5 years.
Yes. The 5 year prior to entry, is that when I had my green card? Nobody mentioned that. I don't remember ever being asked that. I had that offense in 2008, and then 2009 I got married. Then had my green card in 2010.
When did you come to the United States?
2005.
Okay. So, and what was the arrest in 2009?
It was no arrest. It was a petty theft.
Okay. So a petty theft is generally a petty offense. So so there's an exception to that.
So they don't bring that back during the interview?
Well, they bring it up as an interview, but as a petty offense, you would still be entitled to a green card. What you can have is a crime of moral turpitude committed within the first 5 years of entry as a deportable and inadmissible.
It is deportable?
Yeah.
So you're saying they're going to mention it?
No. What I'm saying is that you have a petty offense that is not inadmissible, but you certainly have to mention it when you get your green card. If you were arrested and immigration didn't know about an arrest, that's a problem, and I would suggest you have a consultation with us. Otherwise, don't worry.
There was no arrest.
Then don't worry about it. If there's no arrest, there's no arrest.
Yeah, there was no arrest.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Then I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. Let's go to Bianca in Naples, Florida.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
How are you?
I have a question. So I have 2 kids under the age of 18 that overstayed their time, and I wanted to apply for their green card. Would that be possible?
What is your status?
I am actually doing my green card interview next month on the 20th.
Who's sponsoring you?
My husband. He's a permanent resident.
He's a permanent resident. Okay. And why has he not filed for your children? Because they're overstays already?
They overstayed already. We kind of mixed it up because we did it ourselves. We thought we had to do me first and then them.
So they overstayed. I understand. How old are they?
Yeah. 15 and 6.
Okay. And where is the biological father of these children?
Back in both of our home countries.
Which is?
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. Does he have a relationship with the children?
They do, yeah.
They do, okay. All right, so because he has a relationship with the children, we're not going to do a SIJ, Special Immigrant Juvenile. What your husband should do is file I-130 visa petitions for your children immediately.
When we filed the I-130, we had them down on it because we read that because he's a permanent resident, we don't need to do separate I-130s.
Right.
Only if he was a citizen.
You want to do it faster, file I-130s for the kids now. Because other than that, they're included on your case. They've overstayed their time. So what would have to happen is after you get your green card, which who knows when that will be, you then have to file what's called an I-824 application to transfer your approved I-130 from the local office in Florida to the National Visa Center so that the children can follow to join you in the Bahamas. And they would have to go back to the Bahamas and then return. But as long as they're under 18, it's perfectly safe and perfectly fine. The problem becomes an I-824 takes as long as an I-130. So just file the I-130 now. It will be faster. And you have to pay filing fees for the I-824 anyway.
Okay, so don't just go ahead and file a I-485 for them.
No, because they're not eligible because they've overstayed their time. You would have to file I-130s for them, and they would have to go back to the Bahamas to pick up their green cards before they turn 18 years old. Now, if your husband becomes a citizen anytime between now and the time the children turn 18, then you can do an adjustment.
Okay, so we can probably just wait until next year. He'll be eligible to do his citizenship.
I would still file I-130s because there's no guarantee he becomes a citizen.
Okay, when I go on my interview, because I have my green card interview next month as well, do I mention all of this to them?
If they ask.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. Let's go to Ram in Union City, New Jersey.
Uncle Brad, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Uncle. So I have a very big story, but I'll tell you in the short.
Okay.
So I came on H-1B visa, and I got overstayed. I got with ICE people, and they put me in the detention center. I paid 5,000 bond out, bail bond, and I applied for the asylum. And then I got married. She cheated on me. I applied for I-360. It got approved. I went to the court, and they gave me the green card. They adjusted for
very succinct. I understand. You gave me the exact information I need. Excellent call so far. What can I do to help you now?
I got 10 years green card, Uncle.
Right.
So can I go to the India and come back?
Yes.
So because you
originally filed for asylum. Is that the problem? I mean, the reality is, I always say no. And the reason I always say no is because I like to act on the side of caution. You filed for asylum one day several years ago, and you said, I have a fear of returning because I'm being persecuted. Correct. Now that you got a green card some other way, all of a sudden now you have no more fear of going back. They can question this when you return in the airport and say, hey, did you commit a fraud? Did you lie to us? Did you misrepresent? You're opening yourself up to examination after you've already obtained your green card. That's why I always say no. Now, the reality is the reality. Maybe things have changed. Maybe you feared back then. Maybe you don't now. Maybe situations have changed. I mean, everything's on a fact-by-fact basis. But what I tell people, because I don't know their fact-by-fact basis, and I like to be cautious. I don't want anyone to have a problem at the airport. I say, don't go. Once you're a citizen, you do whatever you want.
Citizen, after citizenship, I can go, Uncle?
Of course, yeah. You're a citizen.
Oh. All right, Uncle.
They can't take
Thank
it back
you so much.
at that point. All right? All right.
Bye. Have a great evening.
Let's go to Arvin in Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Arvin.
Hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. What's going on?
Yes, I'm from India, and I am your citizen. I filed for my sibling, like my brother and sister, in back 2008.
Right.
And I got the notice for the receipt.
Okay.
And UCI sent me some other notice for the evidence, but I moved at that time, and I did not get their notice. And when when I find out about this, it is too late, because they say like after 80 days, they don't reopen their file.
Correct.
So what is my option?
File again. Unfortunately, you lost out. That's unfortunate. You don't have an option.
Say again?
It's unfortunate you lost out. Unless you found out within 30 days, you can make a motion to reopen. When did you find out that your case was denied for your brother?
Okay, so right now I have to do file again, right? I don't get that priority date.
No. But when did you find out that the case was denied? I mean, how long ago did they deny it?
Oh, I find out after 2 years.
Yeah, it's done, unfortunately.
2017.
That's sad. You lost a lot of time waiting for them, unfortunately.
Yeah. So right now, no any option, right?
No, unfortunately, no. The time to appeal and the time to make motions to reopen are way past. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You got to figure out other ways to get them here. That's the bottom line.
What is the other way?
I don't know. We would need a consultation. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I don't know.
Oh, we need to conversation. Okay.
All right.
And one more thing.
Yes.
One more thing.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is not about this, but someone.
Yeah.
If someone overstayed on the visa and they have a citizen keys and wife or green card holder, so she can petition her husband as a green card holder?
The wife's a green card holder. She can petition the husband. The husband would have to do a provisional waiver, go home and come back, or wait on the wife becoming a citizen.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
The answer is yes, you can petition.
But very hard to be. She become the citizen very hard because she is crazy.
Oh, well, then if she's crazy, then do an I-130, a provisional waiver, and go home and come back. I don't know what you mean by crazy, but if she's not going to become a citizen, she won't become a citizen. We got to start the process somehow. Provisional waivers are very, very safe, by the way. Every person that I've sent home, knock on wood, on a provisional waiver is returned. I've never had anyone stuck, ever, in my career.
No, but I heard like when we apply for there, always they suck in the home country like 1 year or 2 years.
Not my clients.
I heard about that. Like every time they
Not
suck
my
in
clients.
the like.
My clients are home for a couple weeks. Every last one.
All right.
Ask any
So
of
I
them.
will
Ask
try
any
to
of them.
consult
Maybe they're
you.
watching right now. All right.
All right. Thank you,
Hold on.
sir. Have a good day.
All right. By the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions answered, you can always follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. Drop me a direct message. I'll be happy to help you. Even while we're off the air, I'll be able to help you. Obviously, we'll be back on Monday, August 9th. You could also follow us at Brad Show Live. Catch up on all the little munchable tidbits, munchable, whatever they're called, 30-second reels and posts and all the other Instagram lingo. Snackable. Kind of like a snack from dictionary.com. Consumable. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want to call it, you can catch it on Instagram at Brad Show Live. And of course, TikTok. You ever checked out our TikTok, Vanessa?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, we got a lot of followers on TikTok really, really fast. Our TikTok person's fabulous.
Valuable information.
Yes, our TikTok supervisor is fabulous. Doing a fabulous, fabulous job, our TikTok supervisor. You can follow us on TikTok at Brad Show Live. And Vanessa, what do you got? You have TikTok?
Yeah. I do have a TikTok. I need to get better at it, but you could find me on all social media platforms at Vanessa.ContrerasTV.
All right. And you have Twitter?
Twitter. I have to get better with Twitter.
Snapchat?
Oh, definitely have Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't even have Snapchat downloaded. What else? Do you have...
Oh, and by the way,
what?
to justify the other day why why do I have my full name on Facebook?
Yes, why
But
do you? We had that,
it is because now we have to know, right?
Yeah.
My family, which is what I really use Facebook for, calls me Leanna.
Yes. Old school.
So
all the aunts and uncles. Right.
I went home that day and I'm like, maybe I should change it, but why do I have it like that to begin with? I'm sure it served a purpose. You boys left me thinking. Y'all boys left me thinking.
What else? What else? What other? Is there Twitch? You game on Twitch?
No.
No.
Won't catch me on Twitch.
What about Reddit?
No. What's Reddit?
That's okay. So you're not on there. What about what's the thing? What Pinterest? Pinterest. Do you have a Pinterest?
Pinterest is great.
You have a Pinterest? Yeah. Do you have pins?
Pinterest is great.
You have pins like decorating pins, fashion pins.
Yeah,
hair
like
accessory
info
pins.
and like motivation.
Yeah.
And like beauty stuff.
I gotta check that out.
Necessary.
I don't have an account on Pinterest either. I gotta start, and I gotta start putting.
I gotta get in there.
Yeah, I gotta start putting like colors together, and it's all about like. I don't know.
The personal branding, Brad.
Yeah.
All about the personal branding.
What else am I missing?
You've covered.
Have I covered everything?
Yeah, even ones that
you wouldn't even think of, right?
Right, literally.
All right.
Literally.
All right. Ready for social media check-in?
Yeah, let's do
it.
Let's get into it. Okay, squad. So you should already know that we always prioritize our Brad Squad VIP questions. So make sure that you are a part of the Brad Squad VIP group on Facebook. And you could go in there at any time of the day, ask your questions, and it'll be one of the top questions now during social media check-in. So the first one comes from Great G Boyan Fatson, a Brad Squad VIP member. After an immigration interview with both spouses, the wife wrote a withdrawal of application stating that her husband was still seeing his ex-wife. Immigration canceled the application. What can the husband do?
Well, if that's the truth, then get divorced and find another way. If it's not the truth, then why would your wife do that? I mean, I would need to know a lot more. You mean what to do? Let's first find out, is what she's writing truthful or not truthful, right? Are you seeing your ex-wife or are you not? Got to start there, right?
Right. That's the first part of the tea we need to know. So Claudia Stewart, Brad Squad VIP member, what are the procedures required to do a client's national interest exemption with the National Visa Center to attain an expedited immigrant interview at the U.S. Embassy/consulate?
That your presence in the United States will make America better.
Aditha Narayana on YouTube, my biometrics appointment date for my U visa has been mailed to me, but I am in India. We mailed USCIS to notify them, but still have yet to receive a response. Is there a solution for this? How can we contact USCIS regarding my U visa case processing status?
Go to the local U.S. consulate.
Dominique Theranor on YouTube. My mom applied for my brother in Haiti. All documents have been accepted and I'm waiting for my interview date. Now my mom just passed away. What will happen to my brother's case now?
You would have to do what's called a humanitarian reinstatement. You have to substitute in for your mother, show that there's humanitarian reasons why your brother still needs to come from Haiti, and obvious humanitarian reasons of what's going on in Haiti. So that should be approved.
Samantha Jones on Facebook. What is the difference between intent to deny and denial?
What's the difference between almost about to be denied and denied? You're almost about to be denied. We're giving you one last opportunity to fix the problem. You're denied. That's the difference.
Proud Mom on YouTube. What would be examples of questions asked by USCIS in the case of adultery that resulted in a child outside wedlock during an N400 interview?
It depends on what the situation is. If it's adultery in terms of good moral character, or is it adultery in terms of they questioning the bona fides of a marriage that you got immigration benefits through? So I would need to know more.
Muhammad Monenrul Islam on YouTube. Does the 10-year bar trigger for overstayed persons to re-enter the U.S. on advanced parole while in AOS under U visa?
No, as long as you stay out for a short, brief, innocent trip.
Makan Traor on YouTube. I applied for VAWA and I-485. My I-485 was approved in 2028, but I got a deportation order from my asylum case in 2011. And my motion to reopen was denied in 2019. USCIS just sent me a medical examination. Is that right?
Wait, say that again?
So they applied for VAWA and the I-485. The I-485 was approved in 2018, but I got a deportation order from my asylum case in 2011.
All right, so you're right.
And my
So
motion to reopen was denied.
Got it. All right. So you need to get the VAWA approved first, and then make a motion. Your I-485 would not have been approved. You can't approve an I-485 if you have an order of deportation. So she's getting her facts wrong. You need to get the VAWA approved first. If you have a VAWA, your case should be reopened again. And if they deny it, try again now, because they have something called prosecutorial discretion and you need a good lawyer. Something's amiss and you don't have the facts right there.
Okay, this one's a little lengthy too, Brad. This is from T on YouTube. A friend of mine was interviewed for her tourist visa in her home country, and they asked her if she has kids. She said yes, claiming her stepkids because she got married to their father when the kids were very young. Now they are divorced and the husband took the kids from her. She is now remarried to a U.S. citizen and is scheduled for an interview, but is scared they might ask her about her previous claim of having kids, which were technically her stepkids. What should she do?
Tell the truth. It was my stepkids. I took it as my children. I felt I wasn't lying.
Right. Mira Chic on YouTube. My boyfriend was granted withholding of removal, and I am a green card holder. Can I file for him so he can get legal status?
If you have a green card, you can marry him and file for him. Yes.
Veronica C on YouTube. U.S. citizen petitioning for husband started in March of 2018. My I-130 petition took 2 years for approval. Is this right? Can I do something about that? We are currently waiting for an interview. Can we expedite?
You can request a humanitarian expedite if you have humanitarian reasons to do it. 2 more, Vanessa.
God's Child on YouTube. Can a retired person who no longer pays taxes file an I-130 for his wife? He is collecting Social Security. How does someone file without paying taxes as they are retired?
You file for your wife. You're entitled to live with the person you love. You would just need a second affidavit of support from somebody else.
And last one comes from Bhavin Patel on YouTube. I filed for my brother and sister in 2008, and USCIS sent me an approval letter in 2015. I moved and did not get the letter. When I noticed it was too late, what are my options now?
Oh, you can get a duplicate letter as long as the NVC hasn't canceled your case. If the NVC canceled your case, you still have 2 years in which to reopen it. If you're past that 2 years, which I can't imagine you are, you can file a new I-130 and request the old priority date. But you need a lawyer.
Okay, and today in Spar and Bernstein's success story, Letitia left her country to pursue a better life for herself and her children in America. She arrived in the United States as a green card holder, but left her children behind because they were too old to accompany her. Letitia worked tirelessly to get on her feet and step up a life for herself here. Then, after years of separation, Spar and Bernstein took on her children's case, and within 3 years, all of her children joined her in the United States as lawful permanent residents. This is Letitia after everyone was reunited.
All of us are done through Mr. Bernstein. It started from my mom right up to the siblings. So we are so grateful for Mr. Bernstein. The ins and outs takes us almost 3 years.
And now you're with your children?
Yes, I'm with them.
How does it feel to be with your kids now?
Oh, it's joyful, joyful. So I'm heading on to the next phase now. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein.
All right, not social media checking. What am I saying? Speed round. I always get confused sometimes. Speed round. 9 immigration questions in 50 seconds. Invisible Yo-Yo is still here, so if I get blown up, Invisible Yo-Yo gets blown up too. Right, Invisible Yo-Yo? He says yes, even though he's muted.
Alone.
We're not alone. All right, let's go.
Okay, there goes the time. Alrighty, is it safe to travel with approved advance parole?
Of course.
Will overstaying on a B1, B2 visa affect my chances at citizenship?
No.
Can I apply for asylum from Haiti?
Yes.
Can I travel if I have been an approved VAWA case?
If you have advanced parole based on an adjustment, yes.
If I'm abused by my spouse, can I file for VAWA?
Absolutely.
When should I apply for a 10-year green card if my 2-year expires November 2021?
90 days before November 2021.
What visa do I need if I want to study in the U.S.?
An F1 student visa.
How early can I renew my combo card?
About 4 months.
Do I have to be married to get a work permit?
That's a good way to do it, but you don't have to. We did it! Our last one, Vanessa! High five! High five! High five!
That's it.
Oh, we have balloon! We have bubbles! Bubbles! We have a bubble machine today, Vanessa! A bubble machine! I just got bubbled all over the place! I'm like, all of a sudden somebody came streaming in here with the bubble machine.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
So
every day they're gonna surprise us in the studio with something else, you know, like I'll get like a cake thrown in my face, bubbles, slimed. Who knows what's gonna happen every time I win now?
Slime. Oh, the good days. Slime. All right.
All right. So, comments of the day, Vanessa. Comments of the day. What do we got?
From Proud Mom saying it's Fri-Yay and me and my baby are still grooving and dancing to the music.
All right. I'm still laughing with the bubbles. I'm like, now every time we do it, I know I'm gonna get like somebody's gonna creep me with something, right?
You never know what day they'll come with a surprise. You have to
That's
stay ready.
right.
Okay, our next one. From VIP, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, saying 3 weeks. Wow, that's a long time, Brad team. We will miss you badly. We will miss you.
We will miss you, but we will all be back. I promise.
All right, and to wrap up our Fri-Yay and our last comment of the day for a bit comes from Mavo Tom saying, "Happy Friday, a wonderful weekend to all, and be safe out there. By the way, I just want to say thanks to Mr. Brad and his wonderful people who are working with him to help us all. On the 23rd of July, I am going to take my oath ceremony. Thank you and God bless."
Congratulations! A new citizen, Mavo Tom. That's a great comment of the day.
Yeah,
Vanessa.
so we'll celebrate that when we get back.
We will. Vanessa, thank you very much. Great job. Invisible Yo-Yo, so. But Vanessa.
What?
Invisible Yo-Yo just talked.
What?
They did it earlier. Did you not hear it?
I didn't hear Invisible Yo-Yo earlier.
Yeah, he was there earlier.
Invisible Yo-Yo, man. Yeah, now he wakes up and starts talking.
Save the best for last.
All right, everybody. We are going to be on vacation. We're going to see you back Monday, August 9th. Make sure you subscribe and follow us. We will be back at our regular time, 6 p.m. August 9th. I promise you. Vanessa will be here. Yo-Yo will be here. The whole crew. Please join us then. Stay safe until then. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
you doing?